This episode of the Totally Rad Show is brought to you by Carbonite. Today on TRS, get out your iPhone and your iPad because it's time to look at some great iOS games.
Today in video games, we're going to do what we do from time to time, check in with our handheld devices, our phones, and pick some games that, there's so many iOS games coming out all the time. And to be quite fair, none of us are Android users, so we are kind of limited to iOS devices. Yep. But there's a lot of crossover in some of these games. And so we're going to check in, pick some winners, and give you some recommendations of the stuff that we've been digging. Dan, why don't you give us a start of an app that you're liking a game?
Just one?
Yeah, we'll go and then we'll rotate again.
I see.
Nice.
Well, when I am not building my 31 floors in tiny tower,
which I see you doing all the time.
It's an awful game. I don't recommend it. It's pointless, but I'm playing it.
Did you hear the stats of how many people are playing that?
I don't want to know the stats.
I've never heard of
They're all, you know what they are?
I'm sort of happy
Tiny
about
tower.
that.
They're all suckers. That's what they are. And Airbreaker has replaced Angry Birds for me. But
Wait, Airbreaker?
One of the games, fantastic game.
AIR Breaker?
Yes.
Okay.
You'll love it. It's great.
Well, yeah.
Don't run with a plasma sword. Have you played this game?
No, but it's got a great title.
It's a fantastic game. Endless running games.
You're a big fan of them.
I am a big fan of them, but very, I am. Love Cannibal, the start of them all, I believe, and the Unicorn Attack. But I played. There's more. I have a bunch of Gravity ones. Yeah, I have a bunch of them. This is the best, hands down. No need to play anything else because it makes a.
Pretty sure you said that about Robot Unicorn Attack back in the day.
But here's what this does better. There's a story mode. The main mode is a story mode where there's levels, there's bosses. It's not.
Boss is like, later!
Because
I'm out there with the boss.
He's so big. Oh my God.
He's so big.
So it makes a game out of it. It's not just, there is an endless mode. There's the other genius thing. There's leveling up. I mean, some of them do have levels, but you level up all your different items. But endless mode helps you level for story mode. Story mode helps for endless. So if there's areas you can't beat, you just level up this one thing, and now you can slide longer. You have wonderful abilities. The music is great. The sound effect of your plasma sword is awesome. But you can jump over things. You can double jump. You slide, and you also slide attack, so you can jump in the air, kind of like Robot Unicorn Attack with a rainbow. But also you can jump down if you're too high and you're going to miss your jump. You can immediately come down to a ground shot, and you can level up. So you can level up all of those things that changes the game. It makes a game out of the endless. I mean, it is fantastic. Amazing. It's a
cool
A+ game. You guys will be addicted to it.
Nice.
What are you playing, sir?
Well, it's funny that he brought up Airbreaker. I'm wondering if this is the same game that I've been playing, which is called Amazing Breaker, which is really quite stunning. It's sort of like the Angry Birds type thing. You basically have this ice.
Yeah.
This
is
ice
it called Amazing
thing.
Breaker?
It's called Amazing Breaker. Yeah. There's an ice.
Game.
There's like an ice sculpture that you need to break, and you need to shatter 90% of the ice sculpture in order to move to the next level. And there's tons of different types of missiles and all these different things that you can use. It's so much fun. But the one caveat I have is there is Amazing Breaker, which is A space breaker. Then there's
Airbreaker.
Yeah, then there's a Amazing Breaker or something like that. That's this weird Korean game where you're this crazy big guy who's stressing out and slamming his head through walls.
What?
I want to play that game.
And that's a hyphen breaker. So 99 cents later, realized that's not the game that all my friends were playing. And that Korean guy is probably rolling in accidental coins.
Smashing his head against
Smashing his head into the wall. But it's really, really great, super fun, and you're right, it does replace Angry Birds, especially when you finish.
Well, I want to tell you guys about my new crack. I love the I talked about Spell Tower on the show.
I know what you're gonna say. I almost sounded because I knew you were gonna play it.
Really?
Can I guess? Wordle? Weddle?
No.
Welder?
No.
That's not that?
Not even close.
You gotta play Welder. You gotta play Welder.
So I've been loving. I love the Spell Tower. Was addicted to that for a while. Love Quarrel, which is another great word game. So I love the word games. Puzzlejuice.
Ooh. Juice it up.
Check this shit out.
It's juice.
It is Tetris.
Purple stuff?
Meets a match 3 color game.
Okay.
Meets a word game, all at the same time.
Wow.
And the cool thing, the description, the first tutorial description is, "Welcome to Puzzlejuice, the game that will kick your brain in the face." And it does, dude. So here's how this works, right? It's Tetris. It literally is Tetris. But the blocks of Tetris, each square that makes up, you know how each square that makes up the piece of a Tetris is a different color.
Okay.
So you're doing Tetris, but you also want to match up 3 like colors.
Okay.
So let's say you've got the Tetris piece that's like 3 down and 1 in the middle, and each of those is a different color, right? So then you match, and once you have 3 colors, you can or more, you can tap the color, and it will turn the color into letters. And then you drag your finger on the letters to make words, and once you make a word, that's how you eliminate rows. So you can't even eliminate rows until you make words.
That is gonna kick your brain in the face.
Yeah, so you're doing 3 things all at once. So there's a piece dropping, and you're trying to make words, but you also have to figure out where the piece is gonna go to line up the colors. It is awesome. Awesome. Wow. Yeah,
All right.
I am totally digging it. Dan, your second game.
My second game for 99 cents.
I don't know.
99 cents.
You don't want to send it to Korea.
Scribblenauts Remix.
Yeah.
99
we all loved the
cents.
Scribble. Well, we were a
We
little.
did, but and all of us said, well,
Too expensive.
no. Guess again.
Too much scribbling.
No, we all said, wouldn't this be great?
On the iOS.
Yes, to not have to dip my phone. My friends, I'm here to tell you, it's fantastic. And it's real. They're real and it's fantastic. It's phenomenal, guys. The only problem is it's very short. And the other only problem is all of the levels are figure out what we're thinking of. Like, what does this thing need? They're not traversal levels.
And there's no creativity?
No, there's tons of creativity.
Okay.
And in fact, because we were shrinking something, I was like, I did the most genius thing the other night. There's a thing that was too heavy to get from one place to another. So I said shrink ray. I typed in shrink ray and I shrunk it to bring it. Oh my God, it was amazing. Guys, to type it it makes the game so much. I'm just breezing through. And voice, you can just say,
Siri, shrink ray.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Amazing.
That's actually really cool. 'cause
Amazing.
that's
And the
thing for me.
navigation is, it's everything we wanted. It should have come out this way. Mind blowing that
Tap to move?
No, well, you can do tap to move. I found that more difficult than I just had twin, so I can move left and right with this, and I could look.
Oh, virtual sticks?
Yeah, but no, it's not like a platform. It's not like you have to be twitchy. It's just looking in directions.
Interesting.
No, trust me, you like it.
So my second one is
can
this
tap
sort
to
of
move
is
also.
sort of a
I'm sorry,
quickie. It's really sort of like nostalgic brain candy, or not brain candy at all, thumb candy, because really it's just sort of twitchy, but really fun in the sort of the age-old days of the side-scrolling jumper. It's called Stickman Skater, and it's
From the makers of Stickman Golf?
it might be from the
Stickman
makers of
Golf is
Stickman
pretty
Golf.
great.
I love Stickman Golf.
Oh yeah,
Noodle
it might.
cake.
Yeah, it might
Yeah.
be. But it's Stickman Skater. So you're a stickman with a skateboard, and literally you've got a button to push that pushes your skateboard, and then a wheel. And depending upon the direction that you flip your thumb, you will do a specific different trick.
Sweet.
And so it's side
news.
scrolly with gaps and rails and cars, and it's all about getting the items as you're going through and doing cool
I'm gonna
tricks.
hit that
And
shit up.
it actually feels it's surprisingly
Dan just got all street.
it's
gonna tap it.
surprisingly addictive in this sort of really just like it's a stick guy doing cool skateboarding
Free,
tricks.
99 cents. I guess they all come out
There's
with
a
Stickman Golf
free
free.
version that
Yeah,
you can
that's
do
what
for
I mean.
99 cents or for free. There's a free one for 99 cents. There's a free one, and then I think it's like a 99 cents.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about board games on the iOS because the iPad has been like a boon for board games, and a lot of people ask me how to get into board games, and it really, like, almost every board game now is being turned into an iPad or iPhone app or both. You know, like some of the best board games in the world are, and there's sort of mixed results for me, honestly. I think the charm of board games is playing them on a tabletop with physical pieces. But there's something to be said about, you know, being able to play them over and over and learn games on the iPad and being able to play when no one else is around. Puerto Rico just came out. It's one of my favorite board games. I don't love the implementation. A lot of people do. I don't because, and Caelus is the same way. Caelus just came out. Both of them very heavy Euro games that are great, difficult sometimes to get a lot of people to play with you. But they kind of, I feel, a little over-designed, and they don't look like the board game version. They have like graphics and stuff, which is cool, and I understand why the designers would want to go that way, but I just wish it looked more like playing the board game. And also, both of them don't have great tutorial modes, and that's really what you want. If you want to be able to send somebody to the iPad version to learn the game, that's a great way to learn. But if they don't have really great rules and tutorial modes, it's very hard to say, oh, go check these games out because you'll love them, when people are like, I just don't even get it. You know, it's mostly for people who are already fans of the board games. But the game, the version that's not like that is Ticket to Ride. Ticket to Ride has a great iOS version, and Raw. If you've ever played Raw, it's a auction game, so you wouldn't think it would work very well with AI opponents, but it does work really, really well. So it's a mixed bag with some of the board games on iOS, but there's tons of them, and you can check them out.
Cool.
You know what game we all need to I downloaded, but I didn't get to play it. We're all gonna love it. We should all download to play with each other. It's like Words with Friends, except it's casting magic spells and attacks, like the game that you love, Knight's Bounty, strategy game. Not real-time strategy, King's Bounty.
Oh, I know it. Hero Academy.
Hero Academy.
And you can. There's no single player. That's why I didn't download it, because there's literally no single player.
I downloaded but didn't play it.
Yeah, it's
We should
free.
totally do
it's
it.
free.
I'm downloading.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, there's lots of stuff for you. Keep playing and send us your ideas for iOS games that you dig. We'll check them out.
All right, everybody, be sure to stick around. We're going to be answering one of your Twitter questions right after this. But first, we want to thank our sponsor, Carbonite. Look, computer disasters, they happen to everyone. Your computer crashes, it gets infected with a virus. There's a crazy virus going around right now that's like on CNN and crap. You drop it, somebody steals it, burns it. There's so many different things that people could do to your computers. But if you get Carbonite Online Backup before your disaster, then there's no need to worry, because your files will be backed up automatically and safely off-site. And it's really easy to not only get them back, but you can get anytime, anywhere access to your backed up files from any computer or your smartphone or iPad with the free Carbonite app, which is totally ridiculous that you can actually do that. So with Carbonite, unlimited backup to your PC or Mac is just $59 a year. That's less than $5 a month. But when you use the offer code TRS, when you start your 15-day free trial, you'll get 2 months free if you decide to buy. All the details, carbonite.com, and remember to use the offer code TRS. Get those 2 months free.
Do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Also, remember to get your backgrounds in, fancytotallyradshow.com.
Don't forget those. And hey, we got cool Jinx stuff. Dan was about to say it.
Yeah, jinx.com/TRS. I was on that.
He was on that.
Is that, I mean,
he loves swag.
Sweatshirts for the chilly weather, which we're
It's Chilly Willy's right now, and I wish I had my sweatshirt.
And
you know what? Don't talk about it like we're having. There's snowpocalypse is happening. Snowpocalypse.
It has been. We were in the 40s today. That's a normal amount of cold.
That's
not
cold.
LA. That's normal.
That's a cold that deserves a fire.
It used to be East Coast, Dan.
What? It was
cold
in the
that
40s.
deserves a fire.
Snowpocalypse, 40 degrees.
Check us out tomorrow for another edition of On My Radar.
Today's Twitter question comes from Eric Eden, known as @Nandexter on Twitter. If you were an evil genius, where would your secret layer be? Volcano, the moon, ocean floor, and why there?
I've always been enamored with the moon base. Was a big fan of Moonraker. Doesn't hold up, but I still liked it when I was a kid. I like the idea of moon base, hanging out moon base, chicks in silver bikinis, and then go into the other room, push the button, weightless fun, weightless fun.
Okay, all right. Now you've just convinced me that that might be better. But for me, I was always a fan of the underwater base. I don't know why. In Bermuda.
Shark going by your bedroom window.
Yeah, but also
Yeah.
it's like scuba diving in like gorgeous waters,
Cool.
and then there's like a little cave, and you go in, and then all of a sudden you're in Amazing World with submarines and
Cool.
sushi.
Problem with both of your answers is that they're wrong.
No, what's the correct answer?
Most importantly, there's high level of danger. There's a big giant Achilles heel in both. You can both
Oh, I'm
die.
sorry. So are you gonna
Oh,
choose
you go
volcano?
No, I go glorious mansion. In the like Miami, or like the bad
In
the bad
the
guy
like
in
Miami.
Bad Boys 2, you know, like this like epic or Mexico or something. Surrounded
no
by,
danger there.
Surrounded by guards. Yeah, but the environment I can't get a crack in my hull and then all of a sudden.
Yeah, but everyone knows exactly where you are, so they bomb
the
you.
whole-
They know exactly where you guys are. You're the only
don't.
people
I'm on
there.
the freaking moon.
Yeah, easy target.
I'm so under the ground, I'm like a little piece of coral. You don't know who I am.
Oh, I didn't know we had morphing powers as well.
That's just garnish on top.
It's
Anyway.
camo.